how do we, what is this diaspora embracing notion that you guys are talking about, as opposed to me now beginning to internalize some kind of ridiculous, what do they call ADOS or whatever?
That's
like my
traditional black.
but it proliferates.
Yeah, it does.
It
Big time.
proliferates. You look at what is happening with nationalism, you know, the rise of the Reform Party in the UK. You look at why we have some of the political circumstances we have here in America. It starts like this. It starts with people feeling empowered and gathering around negativity that gives them some kind of identity.
And the biggest threat to that, or the biggest fuel to that right now, is the algorithm.
Anytime we decide, hey, this is who we are, right? All of a sudden, if we say, hey, we're not Caribbean, we're not Nigerian, we're ADOS, all of a sudden we are divided around negativity, and somehow the algorithm is boosting us. I have been suppressed by the algorithm for a very long time. Unless I say something about a celebrity or something, most of the time my tweet does not move. I am not boosted. We are not boosted by the algorithm. We are oppressed and suppressed by the algorithm, and there's nothing negative about what we're doing. Now, I want to get to something else. Inside of that interview, he said something else stupid. See, this is how I know you're not just the best at what you do and all of that stuff, and you're the creme de la creme, because this is the stupidest analysis I've ever heard. Saying we are American descendants of slavery and we are not you and you are not us, it doesn't make anybody better or worse, but we built this country. You haven't built anything. You ran away. You've been hunting. You've been shopping for a country your whole life. David Oyelowo, whatever, pronounce his name for me. You have been shopping for a country. See, we don't shop for countries. We say, hey, if this country is not right, this country, America, is not treating us right, we are going to fight and fight and fight, even if the fight never ends. You ran away from Nigeria, then you went to the UK, and you called yourself a black Brit, even though ADOS has more British in our blood than you will ever have in yours. We are the actual ADOS Brits. If there's a black Brit, it's us, because of all the UK blood we have, and nobody's bragging about it. It's just a fact. You are a dislocated African who has always been running. And we didn't say anything about you. We said, hey, we are a distinct group, and all of a sudden that is divisive, and you see what's happening in the UK, and you see no. Saying that we are American does not mean we are united around xenophobia. And you never stop to ask. You never stop to say, hey, what's going on here? Because obviously I don't understand. Did y'all see what he went on? I'm just going to play that part about the interview. But did y'all see where he went on elsewhere and talked about our...
If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man.
It goes, because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this. Now we are free again. Now we are free. We are in.
Talked about the Southern accent and said it derives from like a Nigerian accent, and you slow it down and you add a little slavery and you add a little oppression and you have a Southern accent. See, this is the problem with Mama Africa and all this Mama Africa stupidity. If you let people, and if you keep putting people ahead of you and above you, because if you think, and people say, well, Africa's the cradle of civilization, fine, but ain't nobody else people around the world don't go around calling Mama Africa. Everybody understands that. The problem with that, if you call somebody your mama, they gonna think that you their child. That's natural. If you call, hey, that's Mama Africa, that's the motherland, then they're gonna treat you like their children, when really and truthfully, we are the mama. You come here to live. You come here to work. You come here to have a better life because of what we built. We are Mama ADOS and you are our children. And ain't it something? It's a shame how it happened to you, ain't it? It's a shame. I understand it's a shame that the people you sold away into slavery somehow have more and built a path for you to come in here. But because you always view us as a degraded part of you, because slavery in your mind never goes away. See, that's what people don't understand. In other parts of the world where slavery exists, once a slave, always a slave. So you can consider our accent a degraded version of a Nigerian accent when really that's not what's happening at all. But that just goes to show who you are. That goes to show how you feel. And non-human media had a very good comment. Besides being very offensive, this is also very stupid. He is stupid. That was clear to me in the interview. Stop telling me these people are special. Listen, people confuse intelligence. People will hear that British accent and think that means intelligence. There's a fetish for it. Oh, I love the accent. It's so Cynthia Erivo. It's so, and it's just like, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that person's a cut above anybody else, that person's more intellectual, more intelligent. But he said the Nigerian accent he's describing is a Nigerian English accent. Black Americans were speaking their particular dialect of English before most Nigerians ever heard of the language. So this point makes zero sense. Yes. Yes, it's just true. But there is this thing that because we were slaves and because they sold us over here, it's a psychological thing. You have to be a degraded version of me. Because there is no version of you that could be better than me because you come from a slave and you come from slaves that we sold. So in your mind, you can't even imagine that, man, did God do this? Turn that stuff around to where they have more than us after we sold them to show them how horrible. A lot of stuff's possible, but you hate it. You hate it. You just hate the fact that we are not a degraded and a worse version of you. You hate the fact that we fight more than you. You hate the fact that we understand what liberations mean. You hate that we'll fight and we'll give our lives in a way that you won't. We will give our lives in a country that is majority white. You won't even do that in a country that is majority you.